If you have ever searched for how to come to Canada in your 40s or in your 50s, you have probably seen the same results. You are too old to come to Canada. But here is the truth. Canada is still accepting people in their 40s and in their 50s, but not just through the system that you are currently looking at. Let me show you what is actually working these days. So let's look at the myth. You are too old to come to Canada. Your CRS score is low. No chance for you. This is what Google or any search engine will tell you, but this is not how the system actually works. Now, let me tell you a story about Monica. Monica is a 51-year-old primary school teacher in Lagos, Nigeria. She has a master's degree and she has been teaching in primary school for the past 27 years. One weekend like that, she reached out to me and said, Katie, I've been in the express entry pool for the past 2 years and I've tried the student route, nothing seems working. Is it not possible for me to come to Canada at my age? And I said to her, Ma, it is very possible for you to come to Canada at your age, but you have to position yourself strategically. So we arranged an appointment in one of these weekends. I looked at her express entry profile, reviewed her documentation, repackaged her reference letter, and also advised her to consider rewriting IELTS. And she took that advice. She went back and rewrote IELTS. She had 8.0 in every 4 bands. That is average score of 8.0 across the 4 bands. Guess what? Shortly after that, she got an invitation to apply through one of these category draws that usually happen from time to time. Early Childhood Educators 42202 ECE. And this was because of the way we repackaged the application. We matched the knock, the experience and education, because she has a master's degree in childhood education and she has submitted her permanent residency application. She will be on her way to Canada very soon. So let's look at the real game, which is the core of this video today. Canada has 2 systems. System 1, express entry, where age matters, where CRS score matters, where there is a competition. So system 2, which is alternative pathway, this is where you should be focusing on if you are 40 years plus and you want to come to Canada, where skills matter, where job matters, where location matters. So this alternative pathway has 6 pathways. Number 1 is the IRCC. Number 2 is the study route. Number 3 is the PNP. Number 4 is AIP. Number 5 is LMIA. And number 6 pathway for this system 2 is sponsorship. Okay, so let me break down these 6 parts so that you know where you belong, where your strengths are, and where you can focus in order to position yourself correctly to get the PR that you so much desired with your family to come to Canada. I'm starting with the RCIP, which is Rural Communities Immigration Pilots. And this pilot pathway, there is no CRS course required, no age limit, needs job. And they don't care how old you are, as far as you can do the job. And as far as you are committed to living in that community and work in that community that's brought you in, you are good to go. All you need to do is go on the job application platform like Indeed, like LinkedIn and Career Jobs to look for a job in any of those rural communities immigration pilots places. Apply for job. If any employer finds you worthy, interview you, they give you a job offer. What they need to do is to designate you to come to their province. They will give you a letter, which you will also submit alongside your PR documentation. Boom, you and your family are in Canada. The number 2 is the study route. Yes, this is a very popular one. I know you might be saying, oh, we've seen this a lot of time. Many people are using it to transition from students to postgraduate work permit to become a PR to citizen. I did an interview with Travel Doctor. You can check my channel for that interview. He broke down how he migrated to Canada as a student and now he's a permanent resident. He's about getting his citizenship. No age limit. Once you have your proof of fund, you have your credentials, and you write your statement of purpose, which we call letter of intent, you package it very well to commiserate with what your experience is, and you're able to convince the visa officer that this study is going to add value to me back home or whatever, and if you are able to get your study visa and get your study permit, student visa, and get your study permit, and you come to Canada, once you finish your study, you will get what we call postgraduate work permit, PWGP. And once you have your postgraduate work permit and you're able to do it, you can apply for your PR after 1 year in your postgraduate work permit, because what you need is minimum of 1 year working experience in the last 5 years to be eligible to apply for PR. And then after that, you can get your PR, which is very possible. So number 3 is the PNP, Provincial Nomination Program, or Provincial Nominee Program. And there are basically 4 provinces that use this program. We have the Ontario and Alberta. These are NOC based, so they invite people or nominate people based on their NOCs and the jobs that are in demand in their provinces. So once you create your express entry pool, you checked off all these provinces. Once there is a draw coming up for Ontario and Alberta, they can invite you if your NOC is in demand in their provinces, and you'll be invited to fill their nomination form, which is their ITA, and eventually you will be invited to the main express entry ITA and submit your PR application. The other 2 provinces here are Manitoba and Saskatchewan. These 2 provinces, they nominate people based on connection. That is, you have family or friend in these provinces that can sponsor you, that can vouch for you. And once you have them and you submit you express your interest in these 2 provinces, they can invite you or to submit your LAA, and after that, give you nomination. So all in all, what you need here is your skill, which is greater than age. Age is not necessarily required in this. Age can work in your favor even if you are 40 and above. And once any of these provinces nominate you, they will give you 600 points. And these 600 points will boost your scores in the express entry. In fact, 600 points is enough for you to cross the ladder to the other side. What you need is just few points from your own personal factor, from your education, from your IELTS and other stuff to make the ITA, the next round they are going to call people for ITA. And once that happens, you will submit your permanent residence application. Now, the number 4 is AIP, Atlantic Immigration Program. This program is designed by the federal government for provinces, specific provinces. And these provinces are New Brunswick, Newfoundland and Labrador, Nova Scotia, and Prince Edward Island. So this is how it works. In the Atlantic provinces, you will have to get a job offer from there, from any employer in those provinces. So what you need to do, just similar to what you have here, you apply to jobs in those provinces, and once you're able to get interview, you get the job. So the company will apply for provincial certificates on your behalf to the province. So once the province endorses or signs your provincial certificate, that means the company will now give it to you. You will use that certificate alongside the job offer and your other documentation to submit an application in the express entry, which will boost your scores as well, catapult it. So this is Atlantic provinces, employer base, no CRS scores. So if you are 40 and above, these 2 are your go-to, the main target you should be targeting, because you might be saying, student route, I will need cost of living expense, I will need proof of fund, I will need, sometimes you might evaluate your academic from your country to the equivalent of Canadian academic status. That is what we call cost by cost evaluation. But for these 2, though you will need proof of fund, which is statutory for most of them, but if your age is 40 and above and you're not looking at school and you don't have anybody in any of these provinces, or your NOC is not within Ontario and Alberta nomination program, these are your go-to. Now let's talk about LMIA. Yes, which is number 5, Labor Market Impact Assessment. I know some of you have heard of this before, and in the last 2 years, there's been ups and downs for this particular pathway. It seems like the rules have changed, many things have changed, and it's closing down, it's dwindling, but it's still working. So once you get a job offer from any company anywhere in Canada, in the country, so it's different from these 2. These 2 are specifically for those provinces, but this, anywhere in Canada, you can get a job offer and the company is ready to sponsor you. They will apply for LMIA on your behalf. And once that is approved, you will get a closed work permit. So you'll be able to work in Canada. And when you are working, you work for at least 1 year plus. You are qualified to submit your PR application. Then let's look at the number 6, which is sponsorship. This sponsorship is very vital, but it's more specific. It's family roots. So if you have a spouse who is a permanent resident or citizen, or a child that is a citizen and is up to the age of sponsoring you, the person will write on your behalf to sponsor you, and you'll be able to come to Canada. Even if your PR application has not been approved, you can come as a visitor. And when you come as a visitor, you can be working with open work permits and then apply for your PR and eventually apply for your citizenship. So for this pathway, the requirements are family roots, no CRS, no IELTS. Okay, so let's look at the common factor for all these 6 pathways that I've talked about. The common denominator factor is what? No age limit. Highest common factor, HCM, in mathematics, that is no age limit. And that is why I am doing this video today, because many of you might have subdued yourself that because you are 40 years and above, there is no chance for you to come to Canada. That is not correct. You still have plenty chances. Among these 6 parts, I know you will find one that resonates with you, that you will be able to use to come to Canada. If you are going for this, you have to get a job offer and you have to stay in that province. You have to live and work in that province or that rural community that gives you the job offer. If you are using the student route, you have to get your papers correct and get your postgraduate work permit virtually, become a CEC, Canadian Experience candidate, and then get your PR after. If you are going through PNP, you have 2 options. Either your NOC is in demand in Ontario or Alberta, or you have a family or friend in Manitoba or Saskatchewan that will sponsor you for nomination. If you are looking at this, which I call the cheat code among them, because it seems easier, none of them is easy anyway, but it seems easier than others, you will need a job offer from those 4 provinces and a signed certificate from the province in combination to open your, to attach to your Express Entry profile. If you're coming through this, which is specific, you must have somebody who is a PR or a Canadian citizen. And this, you will have to get an employer that will sponsor you to come to Canada in their name. So all in all, what you need, most of them, like these 2, you need a very small IELTS score. CLB 4 or 5 is good enough for you to get. But what most importantly is your educational credential assessment. You have to verify your educational credentials through those bodies, and they must equivalent it to Canadian educational system for you to qualify, and also a very good, well-packaged reference letter for you to come. Those are the common factor for all of them, and all of them can help you coming to Canada no matter your age, provided you're not retired. So if you are in your 40s or 50s, comment your age and profession, and I will tell you the pathway that is best for your situation. And if you like what I do on this channel, please don't forget to subscribe if you have not, like, share, and forward. Most importantly, turn on the notification button so that when next I post, you will get notified. And make sure you share this video with someone who needs it. That will also encourage me to produce more informational and educational videos like this. I will see you in my next one. Signing out.